The Las Vegas Board of Events and the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association's Board of Directors have canceled tomorrow's Wrangler National Final Rodeo's performances. Additional details on how the NFR will proceed will be announced tomorrow. The Cowboy Christmas Gift Show will open tomorrow and run through December 16th. In a statement, PRCA CEO Tom Kloss writes, "Today's shooting on the UNLV campus was alarming and deeply troubling. The PRCA is grateful for the rapid professional response from law enforcement and first responders. Our thoughts right now are focused on the victims of this senseless act of violence."
Tonight, the Henderson Silver Knights began their game with a moment of silence.
The Ontario Reign stand with the Henderson Silver Knights and the entire Las Vegas community after the events that transpired today on the UNLV campus. We extend our deepest sorrow and condolences to the victims, their families, and loved ones. Please join us now in a moment of silence.
And the outpouring of support continues from other sports teams. The A's, in solidarity, tweeting this: "Our thanks and gratitude go to the first responders who serve the greater Las Vegas community. Their hearts are with all of those impacted during this tragic time." To our two-time WNBA champs, the Las Vegas Aces. The Las Vegas Aces are heartbroken. As the healing process begins, the Aces stand committed to assist in any way that we can. The Las Vegas Raiders saying they are grateful for the first responders. They are deeply saddened, but they are committed to helping people at UNLV. Back to you.